Great news, everyone! So, Federal Court has denied FTC the preliminary injunction, which is a huge win for Microsoft against FTC in a battle for Activision Blizzard King acquisition. Let's look into this. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we finally got the news we've been all waiting for. Looks like federal judge has denied the preliminary injunction. So that means that FTC cannot block the deal. I mean, not yet, okay? I mean, Microsoft still has to go through some hoops apparently, and there's some legal stuff that FTC can do apparently, but this is still a huge win for Microsoft because what has been said in a sort of summary of that for that decision is actually, has a lot of weight in my opinion, and it's going to be rather difficult for FTC to appeal and to get any other decision really, because what that judge said, and I will use the Verge article for that. There's some interesting quotes from that decision that makes me think that I don't think FTC will want to even appeal. I mean, they still may appeal, who knows, right? But I think they've got a losing case here. So before we get into any ramifications of that decision, let's actually read what the actual what that decision was really. What's the summary? So in our ruling submitted today, Judge Corley said the following: Microsoft's acquisition of Activision has been described as the largest in tech history. It deserves scrutiny. That scrutiny has paid off. Microsoft has committed in writing, in public and in court, to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation for 10 years on parity with Xbox. It made an agreement with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty to Switch, and it entered several agreements for the first time bringing Activision's content to several cloud gaming services. This court's responsibility in this case is narrow. It is to decide if, notwithstanding these current circumstances, the merger should be halted, perhaps even terminated, pending resolution of the FTC administrative action. For the reasons explained, the court finds the FTC has not shown a likelihood it will prevail on its claim this particular vertical merger in this specific industry may substantially lessen competition. To the contrary, that the record evidence points to more consumer access to Call of Duty and other Activision content. The motion for preliminary injunction is therefore denied. So it's a wrap, guys. I don't know how should I really take it other than, hey, FTC, instead of fighting for corporations, how about you start fighting for consumers? Because this federal judge actually found what Microsoft is doing very pro-consumer and actually very beneficial for consumers, right? So I don't even know how you appeal that, right? How FTC were to actually find evidence to basically say otherwise, right? I mean, they failed. I mean, they had like a year and a half and they still failed. So I don't really know what's going to happen next. I mean, we've got some comments from Brad Smith of Microsoft, obviously. He says that obviously they are very grateful and stuff, right? He says, we are grateful to the court in San Francisco for this quick and thorough decision and hope other jurisdictions, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my language today, will continue working towards a timely resolution. As we've demonstrated consistently throughout this process, we are committed to working creatively and collaboratively to address regulatory concerns. So that's obviously Brad Smith, Vice Chair and President. Phil Spencer had some comments here as well. We are grateful to the court for swiftly deciding in our favor. The evidence showed the Activision Blizzard deal is good for the industry, and the FTC's claims about console switching, multi-game subscription services, and cloud don't reflect the retailers of the gaming market. So now the big question is, what's next? There's been a lot of speculation, obviously. Some people say that now Microsoft will just basically close the deal, not even waiting for the FTC appeal, or maybe they will appeal after, they will close the deal after that appeal. But we still have to remember that there's still this CMA appeal process is going on, and that appeal process in UK will go beyond that July 18th, which is basically a final date to close the deal, which Microsoft and Activision agreed to. So I don't know. I'm not a specialist, and to be honest with you, even specialists in this field don't know really. I mean, obviously there's a lot of speculation, like I said, and I guess it makes sense for them to close now. We'll have to wait and see. It's actually July 18th, and Microsoft has to close the deal by 18th. So I guess Microsoft still has like a week to finalize things and stuff. I don't know what's the process. Maybe they still have to wait for the FTC appeal or not to appeal. I don't know. Either way, this is a huge win for Microsoft, because this is the second biggest market. I mean, not the second, maybe the second. No, actually, for Microsoft, that's the first biggest market, because European Union, money-wise and consumer base in European Union is actually bigger, but PlayStation is a leader there, while in US, they are like a toe-in-toe with PlayStation. So, they make way more money in their homeland, right? So for them, it's a bigger market. So, so either way, after European Union, now federal judge, says that we don't find FTC's arguments viable. We find them funny. I mean, obviously they didn't say that, but they actually did say that not only we don't see FTC points of view that they don't agree with it, but on contrary, all the evidence that Microsoft provided and all the actions they made prior to that case kind of shows that Microsoft is trying to be very pro-consumer and that kind of stuff. And it's actually funny that they did not even, they did mention cloud a little bit, but just a little bit. All this deal for FTC was all about PlayStation, Call of Duty, and that kind of stuff. So maybe that's why that decision, the summary of that decision is that. By the way, I haven't really read the full document, and I'm not planning on doing that. I'm not a lawyer. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of content creators going through the whole stuff. So, I may actually do a follow-up video tomorrow with some updates to see what's going on there. Basically, it's a great news, and I don't see that deal being blocked anymore. And to be honest with you, I don't know what's going to happen with UK, with CMA and the CAT Tribunal. But after European Union and really FTC loss, after European Union approved the deal, and now once FTC lost in court, yes, they lost for the preliminary injunction, but I don't think they will be able to provide any more evidence to block this deal later on. And by the way, apparently Microsoft can close the deal anyway now anytime they want, and then fight FTC in court, so which will probably take years anyway. So hey, great news. I'm actually looking forward to see some more commentary on what's going on with people like LX, MLX, sorry, Foss Patent, and Richard Hogslaw and these kind of guys. So looking forward for more information on that. Anyway, so that's the news, guys. Good news. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.